Are we there yet?
Hey friends, hope you liked that video about Angel's Landing. We decided we wanted to do a little Q&A at the end of this video, just to kind of answer some of the big questions about this hike, because a lot of people have questions about it. So Emma and I are the ones that did this hike, and we have some of the top questions from the internet about Angel's Landing. The first question, is it worth it?
Yes. I think the view is amazing.
I would agree. That hike was on my bucket list, and doing it was everything I hoped it would be. It was just incredible. It was adventurous, the views were amazing. It was just a thrill in every respect. All right, Emma, the next question. Is the hike scary?
If you're afraid of heights, it will be. Otherwise, it's not as bad as people make it sound. Because, well, you have things to hold on to. It's just not as scary as it sounds.
Were you scared initially when you heard about the hike?
Yes.
But after doing it, you don't think it was that bad?
I imagined it would be much worse.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
not.
I think that's very true. Is a lot of people hype this hike up as like terrifying. It was not terrifying. I would say if you have a fear of heights, that's one of the questions on here. If I'm scared of heights, is this gonna be too much for me? Probably, I would say. We did see a couple people who obviously were scared of heights that were doing this hike. And more than it being scary for them, it's almost a little dangerous to go on this hike, I would say, if you're scared of heights, because you're basically clogging the way. There's only one way up and one way back, and everyone is trying to go up that same way. And so if you're scared of heights and you're holding onto the chain and you're kind of all sprawled out, that's a little bit dangerous. So if you're scared of heights, probably avoid it, but you could hike up to Scouts Landing, which is the first part of the hike. It's all paved up till there. But the last little bit that goes up to Angel's Landing, probably too much. All right, the next question. Oh, is Angel's Landing dangerous? Well, I don't know, what would you say, Emma? Do you think it's dangerous?
Only if you're like not being careful, or like, as he said, like afraid of heights, or in certain circumstances it would be dangerous.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to hike it in a lightning storm, or if there's any chance of rain. People have died on this hike. That was another question that was on here, is have people died on the Angel's Landing hike? And the answer is yes. Approximately 7 people have died on this hike and have fallen off the cliffs. But more people, in fact, have died on the Emerald Pools hike, believe it or not, than on Angel's Landing. And Emerald Pools is one of the easiest hikes in Zion. So if that says anything, I think if you're being stupid, you can die on this hike. But if you're being safe, you're gonna be fine. It's not bad at all. Here's a good one. So how long will it take me? How long did it take us, Emma? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I would say it's probably about 3 to 5 hours. It really depends on your skill level. Depends on how in shape you are. I'm not in terribly great shape. I mean, we do hikes every so often and stuff, but I mean, I work a desk job, and so it's not like I'm super physically fit. Emma's in the prime of her life, so she's got plenty of energy, but it wasn't a hard hike for us. I think anyone that's in moderately good shape, you'll be able to do it 3 to 5 hours. It really just depends on when you go, I would say. And that's another one of the questions on here is, when should I go? And to that I would say go as early as possible. We left at, what was it, 4? We got up at 4 in the morning. because we wanted to be on the very first shuttle to get there. And when we got there, it was like 5 o'clock, 5:30, and there was a huge line already. We actually got on the second shuttle because the first shuttle was already there before us, which was crazy. So I would say get there as soon as you can. I mean, you probably in the summertime have to get up at 3 or 4 in the morning to be on that first shuttle. You just park in the regular visitor center parking. If you get there that early, there's gonna be spots, and you'll be able to get on the shuttle, the first or second shuttle, and you'll have no problem getting up. We didn't have any problem getting up, but coming down, what do you think about coming down?
There was a lot more people. It was a lot more crowded.
Yeah. So coming down, we had to wait probably a good hour just for people to pass. So I'd say definitely get up there as early as possible. Would you bring kids on this hike? Emma, what do you think?
Depending on their skill level, and their age, the answers all depend on that.
So what would make it okay to bring a kid on the hike? What do you think?
If they are not afraid of heights, if they are, if you think they'll have enough energy to make it through the hike.
Yeah. I'd agree with that answer. I think it really depends on the kids. We saw lots of kids on the hike. There were definitely kids younger than Emma on the hike. But I think it really depends on your kids. Are your kids good hikers? Are they going to just complain the whole way? Are they scared of heights? I'd say it really depends on your kids. I don't think it's a dangerous hike. Every person can hike at least up to Scouts Landing. That's the first half of the hike, and it's paved the whole way, and you can get up there easily. And then you can see Angel's Landing the complete rest of the hike. So it's worth going at least to Scouts Landing. But whether or not your kids are able to make the full hike really depends on their skill level, I'd say. Okay, last question. How strenuous is this hike really? So the hikes in the park are rated easy, moderate, and strenuous. And Angel's Landing is marked strenuous by the Park Service. What would you say, Emma? How hard is this hike really?
Maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, around, well, for me, it's probably around maybe 5 or 6.
Okay.
Or maybe 7.
Yeah, I'd probably put it at a 7, maybe a 6.5 or 7. That would probably be my rating. It's very steep. You're climbing a lot of elevation, and even in the beginning when it's a paved path, you're going up a pretty vertical slope. There's one spot called Walter's Wiggles that's just switchbacks stacked on top of each other. And so it is strenuous, I'd say, and you need to bring a lot of water, especially if it's summer. And if you don't go early in the morning, it's gonna get very hot up there. So I think it's definitely a strenuous hike. But then again, it all depends on when you go, the shape you're in, and all those other factors. All right, those are the questions that we wanted to answer for you. Hopefully that helps some people deciding to do this hike yourself. It's definitely worth it. I think it was on my bucket list. It's one of the top things that was just amazing about Zion to do. And definitely do it if you have the chance. All right, we'll see you later.
Are we there yet?